Top investments for the year 2025. Yeah, let's go! Hi guys, Yuplo here. And if you're wondering, saan ko ba ilalagay yung pera ko so that it can grow this year 2025? Well, look no further kasi yan yung pag-uusapan natin. 5 different investments you can invest in for the year 2025. So, when it comes to investing, merong 3 types yan. So, first type would be the conservative investments or yung tinatawag na low risk pero low rewards lang din. Next would be the moderate risk investment, so medium risk, medium reward. And lastly, the high risk, high return or yung mga aggressive investment. So ngayon, let's start first with the conservative investments. So number 1 would be in putting your money in mga digital banks. So kasi right now, the digital banks are actually like giving you an average interest rate of around 5%. Tapos paminsan-minsan pa nga, nagbibigay sa mga promo. Example like CIMB, nagbibigay lang more than 10%, like 15%, 25% interest per annum. So, sobrang laki niyan. Compared mo with traditional banks na less than 1% lang yung tubo ng pera mo, di ba? So, basically, the good thing with digital banks is that you can put your money dito sa digital banks and malaki yung interest niya. And most of the interests, they are credited like on a monthly basis. However, at the same time pala, ito, they're also pretty safe kasi most of these digital banks are PDIC insured. So when it comes to putting your money in digital banks, I'd say it's one of the best investments right now to grow your money. The second investment naman for the year 2025 would be putting your money in Pag-ibig MP2. So this one, they still belong in the conservative investments kasi again, lower risk, lower returns. But if you ask me, Pag-ibig MP2 right now, medyo maganda din yung interest na binibigay nila. So like for the past few years, yung Pag-ibig MP2 is ranging around 7% per annum in interest na binibigay nila. So just imagine that 7%, again compared with traditional banks na less than 1% lang yung binibigay nila. The good thing with Pag-ibig MP2 is that this is like backed by the government. So you know na safe talaga. So hindi naman mawawala yung government, di ba? Tapos at the same time, it is tax-free. So, if you put your money doon sa Pag-ibig MP2, yung kita mo na interest nun, wala siyang tax. Compared with digital banks, yes, kikita ka ng interest, pero may tax pa yan. But with Pag-ibig MP2, basically, like, you're earning good interest, pero tax-free siya. Yung problem lang with Pag-ibig MP2 is that nakalock in yung pera mo for the next 5 years. So, hindi mo siya pwedeng galawin. O if kunin mo naman, basically, like, yung interest, most likely, hindi mo makukuha. So, parang ganun yung cons ni Pag-ibig MP2. But if you ask me, one of the best ways to put your money in a conservative investment na medyo okay din yung growth would be putting your money in Pag-ibig MP2. Ngayon, third investment naman na you can put your money here in 2025, basically dito papasok yung mga pooled funds. Dito papasok lang yung mga mutual funds, UITF, and so on and so forth. So basically, itong mga funds na to, basically they are managed by mga fund managers, mga professional fund managers, kung saan sila na yung nagre-research and sila na nag-i-invest para sa'yo. So basically, when you put your money sa mga pooled funds like UITF, mutual funds, sila na yung mag-i-invest for you. So, instead of you, ikaw yung magmamanually pick ng mga stocks, mga bonds, mga different investments, they're the ones gonna do it for you. However, in one of my videos, actually, when it comes to like the performance of mutual funds, like for the past like 10 years, medyo stagnating lang yung growth nila. Good thing ngayon, meron ng mga pooled funds na nagbibigay ng mga dividends. So, may mga pooled funds to get example would be the ALFM Multi-Asset Income Fund. Basically, nagbibigay sila ng dividends on a monthly basis. So, even if yung stock market, yung market is parang nag-stagnate lang siya for the past few years, at least you're still receiving dividends on a regular basis. That's why para sa akin, it's a moderate investment kasi in terms of risk, may risk yun na hindi mag-grow yung pera mo. But since it's invested in stocks, may opportunity din siya na mag-grow yung pera. So, medyo matagal lang. So, while you're waiting for that one, at least you're getting regular dividends on a monthly basis. That's why, if you're considering into putting your money in the stock market pero natatakot ka, then you could go to pooled funds na may mga dividends so that you can receive regular cash flow. The fourth investment naman, so again, they still belong in the moderate investment. So, moderate risk, moderate returns. So, dito papasok yung favorite ko, which are dividend stocks and putting your money in mga REITs or mga real estate investment trust. So, basically, these are individual stocks kung saan ikaw mismo talaga mag-handpick ng mga stocks na ito. Ikaw yung pipili. So, again, compared mo with the pooled funds kung saan yung mga fund managers sila yung mag-research for you. So, lagay mo lang yung pera, may instant diversification ka na. Yun palang isa sa mga advantages ni pooled funds. Dito naman sa dividend stocks and mga mga REITs, ikaw talaga yung mag-handpick. That's why you can have to learn a little bit of investing talaga. Paano ba pumili ng mga right dividend stocks and right REITs? The good thing lang kasi with dividend stocks and REITs is that, again, parang siyang real estate without owning real estate. Kung saan, you can earn rental income, okay, especially mga REITs, you earn rental income without owning real estate. At the same time, you also have the opportunity na mag-grow, mag-appreciate yung stocks mo. So, para mag-appreciate din yung value ng property mo. Kasi, again, yung REITs, yung mga dividend stocks, nag-grow din in value over time. So, basically, like, kaya moderate risk siya kasi there's an opportunity din or there's a chance din na mag-down yung value ng investments mo. But the good thing is that while you're waiting na mag-grow yung investments mo, at least you're also receiving regular dividends. And currently right now, mga dividend stocks, nagbibigay sila ng around 6 to 8% or sometimes mga nasa 10% to even 12%, especially if nagbibigay sila ng mga special dividends. Also, the good thing with the REITs, okay, mga REITs, real estate investment trusts, basically, like, they are mandated by law na 90% of their distributable income ibibigay nila ulit sa mga investors nila. So, again, just imagine, meron kang rental property na hindi na ikaw yung mag-manage, hindi na ikaw yung nagko-collect ng renta, kung saan yung i-receive mo lang dividends directly to your stock market or broker account. So, yeah, fourth investment that you might want to consider for this year is putting your money in REITs or mga dividend-paying stocks. Now, before I proceed, quick disclaimer lang. Again, nothing in this video is financial advice. Please do your own research. So, this is basically just for educational purposes only. So, once may nakuha kang idea dito, please do more research before you put your money sa eto mga different investments. Kasi again, pera mo yan, you should be responsible in investing your money. Especially right now, on the fifth investment, ito yun, pupunta na tayo sa high-risk, high-return investment. So, ito yung something na you might also wanna consider. But then again, do your own research, ha? Do your own research. Kasi very important kasi the fifth investment, high-risk, high-return, would be putting your money in cryptocurrency, crypto. Kasi right now, we're at the 4th year na in Bitcoin cycle. So, in cryptocurrency kasi meron silang tinatawag na 4-year cycle kung saan basically like ito yung time na magda-down yung market, in the crypto market. Ito yung accumulation phase. Ito naman yung Bitcoin halving, and ito naman yung bull run. So, we are actually right now in the bull run. So, kasi every 4 years kasi nag-halving yung Bitcoin. So, I will not explain it in detail, but basically, tumataas yung demand ni Bitcoin, tapos nag-lower yung supply. So, basic demand and supply, law of demand and supply. So, basically, like, kung dumadami yung demand, maliit yung supply, tataas yung price. So, meron kasi yung 4-year cycle si Bitcoin. So, in 2021, yun yung nag-peak siya. On 2022, yun yung nag-down yung market. 2023, yung accumulation phase. 2024, yung Bitcoin halving. Okay? Tapos ngayon, 2025, this is the bull run. So, you expect na mag-grow yung value ng mga cryptocurrency. And right now, another indicator na palapit na tayo sa bull run is that marami ng mga crypto influencer naglabasan. So, meron akong, sa friends ko lang personally, marami na akong mga friends na nag-iingay na about cryptocurrency. Like, uy, kumikita na ako. Meron na akong friends na dati, like, iba yung tinuturo, ngayon nagtuturo ng crypto. So, we're actually now at the point kung saan malapit na yung bull run, malapit na yung hype. So, if you've been investing in crypto for the past few years, most likely may gains ka na. Okay? So, in fact, ako, I've already gained like 2 times, 3 times, or even 4 times sa some of my crypto. So, actually, this high time to slowly take profit. But, of course, may hype mania pa yan. So, if maglalagay ka ngayon, then may still chance pa rin na mag-i-increase yan. But as long as you really need to take profit talaga this year. So this year is a take profit year for cryptocurrency. And because, especially, most likely at the end of the year, almost end of the year, like November or even before that, mag-start na yung bear market. So, magda-down na ulit yung cryptocurrency market. But then again, I may be wrong. That's why, again, do your own research. This is just based on historical data, but it does not guarantee na yan yung mangyayari. So again, I don't have crystal ball. This is just based on previous data. So I can be wrong, I can be right, but if you're investing, you're putting your money in cryptocurrency, again, be responsible sa pera mo, do your own research. So yeah, those are the 5 investments you can invest in the year 2025. So first one would be digital banks, second would be Pag-ibig MP2, next would be pooled funds na nagbibigyan ng dividends, next would be dividend stocks or mga REITs, and lastly, you can invest in cryptocurrency but make sure na mag-take profit ka this year. So out of these 5 investments, ano ba yung, where are you putting your money this 2025? Let me know in the comments section down below. Now, if you're wondering or like you're looking for, ano ba yung mga top digital banks that I can put my money in? So actually, I have a video for that. You can check out this next video kung saan I've shared dito yung mga top digital banks na nabibigay ng malaking interest rate for the year 2025. So yeah, go ahead and check out this next video.